All right, so we have a different type of text, which is the text spline. So what we can do is we can manipulate this before we do our extrusions to make it look like the other type of text. So once again, we have this right here. We can change it to where we have our letters, Of course, we can change our font just like before. Uh, Maybe something a little bit more manageable. Let's do this striker. All right. So we have this. Now let's manipulate this. So I'm gonna middle mouse button click and we'll go into this view. And what we can do is we can go get some points. Well, actually, it's still we can still manipulate things. So we press C. Now we have our points. All right. And so there's another way to make custom shapes, but this is how we're going to manipulate on objects like this. So if we go over here to our where's that spline pin, we can click on our object. Well, first, let me just show you what we can do. If we go over here and we get our rectangle selection and it's on points, we can take these points and we can move them, right? So we can manipulate them to look like something else. So whatever that would be. So like this one, for example, if I want this to be a little bit longer, I can do this and I can hold down control, deselect that, hold on control. So I can do this. And I can also take this and manipulate it as well. So trying to get that just right. So whatever reason we want to do that, we can manipulate this. And then let's say I want to add a point, right? So I could take this right here. Well, let me go back to this. So we have to have this selected. Then we go over here and I can go to add a point. So now I just added a point here and I can move it wherever I want. And if I look at this, I can say, okay, it's right there. Then I'm curious. If I go ahead and get myself this edge, or I was getting ahead of myself. All right, trying to get rid of a component again. Oh, okay. Can only do it with the points. So what I was going to do is this. I was going to take another point, so I might as well do it this way, and add a point here. So just add one there, add another point right here, and then I was going to take this and move it, but I guess I have to grab the points. So all right, so I have these points right here selected, and I'm just going to take this and move it out. So basically what I did is I added a point here, added a point here, and then added another point here. So I can now take this and push it out. So now I'm kind of like altering the letter a little bit more. So yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to change the look of these letters. Just to show you what can be done. Of course, you know, the closer you get in there, the nicer you can make these look. All right, so I have this, and let's say I want to give this some extrusion. I just go over to, which one is it? Extrude. And I take the spline, I put it in the extrude. So now I have the same kind of letters that I made before, but just a little bit more custom. And if I want to, I can turn off this and still manipulate the letter. So I can take this, let's say, raise it up, and then we see it. So we can even see the change. And as always in extrude, we have our caps, start cap, end cap, and then we have our bevel. So now we can make some custom letters like this. All right, but after we made it editable, we can now no longer manipulate the well, you know, change the font or do anything like that. So yeah, so this is how we would manipulate letters with the Spline text tool.